Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to GorgeousOneMink. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys for joining me. Today we will be doing some country style ribs with some pork steaks and some beef tripe, guys. Before I begin this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Mink family. Stay tuned, guys. Okay guys, I have already washed my country style ribs, and the next thing you do after you wash them is you season them. You season them however way you would like, and I used my Magnalite pot, put some vegetable oil in there, and started to brown them. So this is what you do. Now the Magnalite pot is the best, guys. To all my Magnalite fans, you guys know these type of pots are the best. Now these are the pork steaks. I done already washed them, and they are seasoned. Like I say, season them however way you choose, and they're getting ready to be browned as well after I take out the country style ribs. So you're going to see the country style ribs next. So here are the country style ribs, guys, and they are browning in the pot. You want to make sure that you keep a close eye on your country style ribs. Don't let them burn, guys. Keep flipping and turning them to make sure each side is browned. Once our country style ribs are finished browning, we're going to add our pork steaks in, guys. And these are the pork steaks browning. And make sure that your pot at the bottom is not like it has the oil, at least some type of oil at the bottom. You don't want it to start burning before it even start browning. So we're gonna let that cook down, and we're gonna get to our tripe, guys. Look at this big piece of tripe. Excuse my voice, guys. I don't know what's going on with it today, but this is a huge piece, and it's getting ready to be cleaned. Of course, guys, before you start cooking your tripe, you have to clean it. Now I didn't wash it yet, but right now here I am trimming all that fat off of there, or whatever you call that. I think it's fat, really. That's my opinion, but you want to take as much of that off as possible. And this can be a long process because it's kind of hard to do it with your fingers because it's like really stuck on there. So I use a knife, and sometimes you just can't get all of it off, but this is how it usually would look. Some people can easily clean it better than that, but that's how I clean it, and this is a huge chunk of it right here. If you can see, you want to see it closely, that's all that fat on there. Now I don't know if other people put that on there, let their tripe cook with that on it, but I don't. That's just not my preference. I'd rather take that off of there and clean that up. I would really like to know, do you like tripe? Because some people really do not care for it. I don't know, it's almost like chitlins. Some people just do not like it. Okay guys, so here's our pork steaks right here. It's really browning very well, and all you have to do is continue to watch it. Like I say, make sure it's not burning at the bottom, and make sure it's browning on both sides of the pork steaks. So after you finish taking off all that fat off of your tripe, you want to cut them into the pieces however size you would like, so you can start cleaning them, like washing them. Now I don't know, everybody is different when it comes to washing their tripe. I don't know what y'all put in, and I just wash it with warm water and make sure a lot of that fat is out of there. Like in the water itself, some of it is floating in there, so you want to make sure it's out of there as well. But this is how you cut the tripe up, guys. Well, this is my way of cutting it up. I'm not sure how you might cut it up smaller or bigger than this, but that's the way I cut mine up. There's many types of tripe, guys. This one is the beef tripe. I think there is also the honeycomb tripe. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as the beef one. See my voice, there it goes again, guys. I don't know, it's going in and out today, but there's different kinds, so I'm not too sure like really what's the difference. I haven't really looked into it. But if you guys know what's the difference between all the different types of tripe they have, you know, drop that comment in my comment section and let me know, because I am very curious. Of course, I could look it up if I want to, but I love to know, you know, whoever is watching this and whoever loves tripe like that, to let me know. So right here, I am washing my tripe. And if you look closely, well, I don't have it close, you could actually see those little fat particles floating in there. So I want to try to get that out as much as I can. You know, you're not going to get every single, you know, fat particle out of there, or whatever you call that stuff. You're not going to get it out of there, all of it, but at least try to get the most of it out of it, and clean, like, make sure you clean your tripe. They be having some little hairs on there. Like, make sure your tripe don't have hair on it. Of course, make sure you have clean hands when washing your tripe, so if you do have dirty hands, it doesn't transfer to your tripe. Okay guys, before I added the tripe in this pot, I added half water, half vinegar. So you guys can put, you know, whichever, and that's white distilled vinegar. You want to make sure you put an even amount. Make sure your tripe is covered as well. You don't see mine covered, but I know how to do it. Y'all, I done added the water into my pot with some flour, because I usually add flour in kitchen bouquet to give it a little color. I done already added all that in there after the meat then browned. So right here, I am skimming that fat off of there, guys, that grease at the top. Somebody said something about, you know, some ice. You can use some ice to take all that grease that's at the top, that fat that's at the top. You can use ice in it. It's super easy to do it like that. I never tried it, but I might try that one day. But you just keep skimming that, guys, as much as you can. Skim that grease from off of the top of that off the top of the water, like as you see how I'm doing it right now. Try to do that. I'm sure you can tell the difference between the water, the gravy, and the grease, because I mean, of course, grease looks like that. So just continue to keep skimming it, guys. Skim that grease off of there. Make sure you're not taking the gravy out. Sometimes it's kind of hard not to take the gravy out, but you just try to do the best you can, you know, but try to get that grease out, because y'all don't want no heartburn, or, you know, y'all don't want all that fat in your system from that grease. It's not healthy. As you guys know, that some people usually cook their tripe with their meat, but with this meal I decided to cook it different, like in a separate pot, because some people don't want it, you know, in there. Some people don't like tripe, so I don't know which of my kids didn't like it or didn't want it. Sometimes they want it in there, sometimes they don't. So I decided to cook it separately, and then I asked who wanted some on the side, and I had some on the side, and then I put some in there, you know, for the ones that did want to eat it. So sometimes you have to do it that way when you don't have everybody that likes it the way you want it to be, you know, so you can please everyone. It's really okay if you have some kids that eat certain things and some kids that don't eat certain things, but you know, as long as they eat, that's all that matters, guys. But you just keep skimming that grease off. So you're going to add the seasoning, whatever seasoning you would like, to your tripe, and put it on a low medium fire, because it's going to be cooking for a good about 3 hours, guys. So, and you want to stir it up as well to make sure you get all them seasonings mixed in, mingled in there. Okay, guys, so this is about an hour later, and I done checked it. It's cooking very well. As you can see, you know, they starting to curl up. That's how you can tell they're really cooking the way they should cook. You know, I don't really taste test on anything right here, because I seasoned my tripe again, you know, once it's finished cooking and out of the, you know, the water, because the seasoning don't really get too much on the tripe itself. So I want to season it again when I take it out. Okay guys, this is about 3 hours later and it's cooking down. It's almost done. It's not going to be too long before I start to take that out of the pot. But at the end here is when I start really looking at it to make sure, you know, I use a knife to cut it to see if it's easy to cut, you know. Then that's how you know it's ready to go. And this is me, you know, seasoning it after I took it out for the ones that do not want it in the pot. So if they didn't want it in a pot, they had it separate on the side. And I love to eat it this way too. I'm sure a lot of people love to eat it this way. Just by itself is good. It's almost like eating chitlins. Like, I never had chitlins before, but if I ever did want to have it, I clean it myself because I don't like nobody else cleaning the chitlins for me. Okay guys, this is our meat fully cooked and I just added the tripe here. And like I said, you can either cook the tripe in with the meat, but I decided to cook it separate. So this is how I added my tripe in here. And you just mix that in there and everything is all cooked. And what I love most about it is that it has that little vinegar taste to it, and it adds that to my my pot with the meat in it. So I love it guys. I love it, love it, love it. Just continue to mix that tripe in there. Make sure it's evenly and thoroughly mixed in there. That way everybody who loves to have the tripe mixed in with the meat, that they have an equal amount of tripe with their meal. And if it's only on one side, it won't, you know, everybody won't have it. So you just make sure it's evenly spread it out throughout the meat. And also make sure your gravy is covering it, so that way, now you can choose to cook like your tripe, like let it cook down a little bit more with the tripe in there. But that is it guys, that is it. Bon appetit.